It is a known fact that history only tells what those in power want you to hear. One big piece of history that has been left out from our own backyard is Carver Terrace. Carver Terrace was a housing community in Texarkana, Texas from the years 1964 to 1994. It held over 60 houses in the area. Texarkana allowed the people to live in these homes unaware of the toxins that infested the soil and water. The residents decided to join arms and rally against the conditions of Carver Terrace. One such resident was Patsy Oliver. Patsy Oliver was an activist and an essential part in getting the government to help these people get out of the area. Patsy sadly passed away on the first day of the deconstruction of the house. Her daughter, Bess Gamble Williams, speaks out about the horrors of Carver Terrace.
My mother's appeared in Ebony magazine, Essence magazines. She's been on. There was a new video media called VH1. Have you ever heard of it?
I have.
Oh. Well, that began during my mother's reign, and they came and interviewed my mother. So now this went out nationally.
Carver Terrace was a majority-minority neighborhood. This caused many residents of Texarkana to ignore the neighborhood's pleas. The lack of help only made the community band together to get more voices heard.
And, you know, hatred is taught at home.
Yeah.
And fortunately for us, we have many family members, and I can say this proudly, that have passed as white here in Texarkana. And they're my relatives that don't even know it. But having said that too, many of them, just knowing who they are and who they were, they at least gave my mother an opportunity, you see. So I think that's one of the positive things that happened, is because she made them listen, and she knew many of them. I don't think that anyone else would have been able to pull it off, because they would have just pushed it to the side as another black neighborhood and who cares, that sort of thing.
During this time, there were still racial tensions between white and black Americans. Carver Terrace is evident of the silent mistreatment of African Americans.
To me, when you have someone, it's about money. When you have companies that come into your neighborhood and knowing that they have toxic waste that will do no good for anyone, or anything that has toxicity in it, you shouldn't build a community of near people that it may affect livestock or people. And unfortunately, our government just turns a silent ear to that, and turn the other way and don't look. Your generation and others that are in these positions that can help, I would say to them, please listen and look and learn.
After years of fighting, the voices were finally heard by Congressman James Chapman. He worked with President Reagan to help the residents of Carver Terrace. With their help, the residents were moved out and paid for damages. They closed down and shut off the toxic area, but the houses still remain standing.
I do. I think there could have been more done, but given the times, Representative Chapman did an excellent job, along with President Carter, who's still living. And President Carter and those two government officials are the reason that Carver Terrace was even given an opportunity. And he was just one of the people that served our nation and served our particular district that cared. That's why I said there are good people there in the government, but you know, unless you get their ear and lobby, they won't hear you.
For those who lived in Carver Terrace, there are still many afflictions they are dealing with, such as important health problems like lung issues, heart problems, and overall dermatology problems. Living a healthy lifestyle can only help them so much in these situations.
Well, one of the things that they had in the proposal for when they bought out and they had the Superfund site was to maintain it. That's not even being done. They're dropping the ball again. And even though we were giving, you know, they bought us out, most of us, they bought us out, and most of those folks that live, all my members of that community that lived and moved away, they have better homes now and they're thriving. But the health issues that most of them had, like myself, it still affects them.
Some way to help those who are still affected by this is to get involved through programs such as Fuse. Fuse is an organization to help better the environment and get rid of toxic places. Through their help and support, they were able to shut down Carver Terrace.
You can join us. You can join and, as I said, get involved. Learn who those folk are in these communities. Don't be afraid to speak with them and become friends with them. I mean, we're all humans.
For Razorback TV, I'm Tripp Wilson.